So this is my first video on YouTube, and I'm not quite sure where this is going to go, but I've been thinking about it for a while, so I thought I'd just plow in and give it a try. Um, I was really fortunate earlier this month to have gone to Los Angeles, and that's what my first video is going to be about. I'm not promising that any future video will go anywhere near as glamorous as LA, but I'll try my best, I suppose. So yeah, back at the beginning of March, I was really fortunate to have been selected to talk at the Critical Costume Conference in Los Angeles, and I submitted my abstract, all to do with my research on Merlin and costume in popular culture, surrounded by Merlin as the sort of case study. And I got to experience a little bit of Hollywood, and I'm going to show you some footage of that trip and a couple of um, pieces of me interjecting during that. I've never vlogged anything before, so I have no idea if any of it's going to be any good, but we'll give it a go, and hopefully this video will show you a little bit about what my trip was like. So I may have started my trip going to Disneyland. I went to the Magic Kingdom. I couldn't go all the way over to Los Angeles without visiting. The Star Wars land was breathtaking. It was huge. The level of detail was mind-blowing, and it felt like you were on the film set. And stepping around the corner and seeing the Millennium Falcon rising towards you, it was something else. And then I stopped and watched the parade, and I saw Merlin himself. The evening show was spectacular. It was projected onto the buildings down Main Street. And then the next day, I went to the Universal Studios. I got all my touristy bits in as soon as I could, and I had to visit one of the major studios in Hollywood to see all the different props that they had on display and costumes. And although this is a theme park, again, the level of detail was brilliant, and you just saw one of the original cars from the Mummy series. And then I turned the corner and I saw Hogsmeade. I was like a child in a toy shop. I basically skipped through Hogsmeade to see Hogwarts. I fell in love with the whole area. I sat there with my butterbeer and the biggest grin on my face. I was a very, very happy man. And of course, then turning the corner and seeing Hogwarts high up on the hill. It was really high up, and it looked exceptional. For any person that's ever wanted to visit Hogwarts in their life, just seeing it on the hill in front of you, it made my day. What was brilliant about the Universal Studios was that you got to see some of the sets that they used in different productions. It was part of a guided tour, but you got to have a look at how the different sets were created for some really iconic films. And of course, the costume building was the one that I was really interested in.
It's the morning of the second day of the conference, so I've been in LA for a few days now, and I've already done Disneyland, of course. I couldn't come all this way without going to Disneyland, so had a bit of a mooch around there, and yesterday we had the first day of the conference. The evening before, we had the cocktail party, which was really interesting. I met a few people from around the world, different costume professionals, so that was good. And then yesterday was the first day of the conference, and the talks are brilliant. Today we have Jacqueline West, the costume designer for Killers of the Flower Moon, so that's going to be good as well. And then I'm right after her, so not in the same room, thankfully. The room she's going to be in is huge. I'm luckily in a smaller room. I don't know if I'd like to be talking to such a vast room like that, but yeah, the room I'm in is nice, so it'll be good. So yeah, I'm going to get ready to go, enjoy the second day of the conference, do my talk, and then that's sort of it for the critical costume. We've got the panel on Saturday morning, so tomorrow morning, for the sketch to screen, which will be great. And that's all the different Oscar-nominated costume designers for this year talking about how their process was to create the costumes and the vision and the characters that they did.
I only got a very brief video of Jacqueline West talking at the conference before my turn, and I got to discuss what costume is in relation to characters in film, using Merlin as my case study, and I really enjoyed the experience, standing there and talking to a room of costume professionals, makers, designers, creators, enthusiasts, scholars. It was a little nerve-wracking, I won't lie, but it was also really interesting to verbalize some of the things that I've been sort of saying in my head and writing down on paper and talking with my supervisors about to an audience.
Well, I'm back at the hotel now, and I think the talk went well. I had a couple of questions at the end, which was really nice, and I had some people tell me that they enjoyed it, so that was great. And the conference has been really good so far. Well, it's technically finished now. There's the sketch to screen panel in the morning, which sounds like it's going to be absolutely amazing. But the conference has been brilliant. Definitely want to go to more critical costume things, and yeah, I hope the talk went well. I think it went okay. I had a little bit of a technical issue, but I usually have that. Anytime I get near some sort of screen, something goes wrong. But other than that, I think it went okay.
So down Hollywood Boulevard, we went to the Egyptian Theatre and we sat down for the sketch to screen panel with all the different costume designers talking about the costumes that they have created for the Oscar nominated films this year. So that included Poor Things, Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon, Napoleon, and Barbie. And Deborah Landis was as brilliant as she was through the whole conference, and really drilled down on each of the costume designers to get them to open up about their inspiration. Afterwards, I had a little bit of a mooch around Hollywood, and I was looking at some of the different preparations they were doing for the Oscars the following evening. And then I had a look around the Chinese theatre, had a look at the different paving stones with all the handprints and the shoe prints and the signatures from different stars. And then turning the corner, I saw the Hollywood sign emblazoned across the hills.
Right, it's Sunday morning, so it's my very last day in LA. I'm going to check out in a moment and then go up into Hollywood, LA area, have a look around, maybe go to Beverly Hills, see what's going on around there. And then I've got to go to LAX airport, and God knows how I'm going to negotiate that. It looks enormous. So, yeah, that's my plan for the day. And then I've got an 11-hour flight to get home, which will be interesting, but I'm hoping I can sleep on it. Theoretically, I'm thinking if I sleep on the plane when I get home, I won't be too jet lagged. We shall see. I've been getting up about 4 in the morning every day here anyway, so I think everything's gone to pot, so it'll be fine, it'll be fine. So yeah, I'm just gonna say goodbye to the hotel room and make my way up and have a little bit of a wander before going to the airport. So that's it for LA. It was great. I've never been to anywhere like this. I have been to America before. I went to Boston a few years ago now, but LA is very different. They've got all the palm trees around. We do have palm trees in Plymouth, so that's, you know, that's probably where the similarity ends. But I got to see the Hollywood sign yesterday, so that was good. And the other day we went to see the FIDM. I'm not quite sure what that stands for, but it's FIDM. I need to look that up. That's all I could see over the building, FIDM. I think it's Fashion Institute of Design, something like that. If I find out, I'll put it in the box below. But yeah, I went to see the exhibition for all the costumes from the films that's been released this year, and a few of them were for the Oscar nominations. So you had Barbie, Killers of the Flower Moon, Napoleon. The Napoleon cloak is amazing. It is incredible. All the gold bullion is just yeah, it's incredible. So that was brilliant, and I've got loads of pictures to bring home with me for our course, the course I teach on. So yeah, it's been good fun, very good fun.
So I did end up going back up into Hollywood, and I went to Madame Tussauds. I went to see how different it was to London. I think it was a little bit smaller, but the main difference obviously was that it was centered around Hollywood icons, and you had Elvis Presley, Elizabeth Taylor, Alfred Hitchcock, Charlton Heston, Peter O'Toole, all these great iconic actors. And my favorite part was seeing Bela Lugosi's Dracula. I love his portrayal of Dracula, and getting to see that waxwork was the tip of the iceberg on this whole trip. So that was Los Angeles, and it was an amazing experience. I got to meet loads of brilliant people, really exciting costume scholars and researchers, and Deborah Landis was an incredible host. It was quite extraordinary watching her work. She was non-stop through the whole weekend, or week actually. Um, and as you can see, I did make a little pit stop into Disneyland and the Universal Studios and some other touristy things while I was there, because I was there for a week. So I thought, why not? I've never been to Los Angeles. I'm not sure if I'll ever get there again. So yeah, I had a good adventure, and it was really costume focused. Um, the panel at the end of the costume designers for all the different Oscar nominated films was really inspiring, and I've got lots of notes which I need to share with my students as well. So yeah, it was a really good trip. Like I said, I'm not used to this just yet. I promise I'll get better. But thank you for watching if you've watched, and please stick around. I think I'm gonna upload every other week. So yeah, let's see what videos come up. And if anybody does watch this, if you've got any ideas for anything sort of costume focused, please let me know, because I want this channel to be all about costume and all of the different amazing things that is to do with that art form. So yeah, please stick around and keep watching the videos.